Sweden!
Hello,
Hello,
Texas.
Texas.
That was a long time ago. How are y'all? Like
It
long.
wasn't yesterday. We're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good. It's a
Yeah.
bit windy here today.
Mm.
How is the weather over there?
Cold,
Cold?
like 17 degrees and very windy.
Det blåser.
Bra. We have about 36 degrees Celsius, which is about, well, right now, watch this. It's about 80 or 90 something degrees. What the hell? Yeah,
Yeah.
90 degrees. And it's actually 10 degrees colder than it has been the last month.
So it's winter basically.
Yeah, like where's my hat? I need my jacket, like my scarf, everything.
Yeah.
We've
My
had we've had a good month or month and a half with over 40 degrees every day.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
harsh.
fun. I'm done. I'm so done with Texas heat today, and it's for some reason it's been really a heat where you would go out and you're just walking straight out in heat, and you're like,
Like
yeah,
like this wall basically.
yeah, walking
Yeah.
out in a wall. And it's not like when
Mm.
you land at the Canarian Island, you're like, it's a little bit misty or like,
yeah, moist,
yeah,
like
yeah,
humidity in the air.
exactly.
It's like really dry air.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nasty. It's freaking nasty. So I'm just excited that we are August 25th. We're going towards colder temperatures.
yeah.
That's nice.
That is like, I know August 25th in Sweden and you're going towards colder temperature might not be the kind of like best thing.
Yeah.
But here, it's a relief. It's a relief.
But we are fall people, so
Mm.
we like the
Yeah.
fall.
I like the
I
fall.
like the beginning of October, the first 2 weeks of October, when the leaves are changing colors. That's like the best. You can have like a sweater on, like
Or
and
a
a
thin jacket or something.
jeans, yeah, and a thin jacket. That's nice.
Right. Yeah, and in Sweden, the fall colors stays for a while. You have this
Yeah.
yellow, reddish, brownish colors for a good couple of weeks, while here,
Mm.
be happy if it's a week. That's a good enough.
She said sadly.
But it is, and that is one of the things that I actually really miss is
Yeah.
this the four seasons, because the summer is long, nasty, and hot, and then the fall is just like, oops, there it goes, and then there comes the winter, and it's just brown and boring, and then sometimes we get super cold. And
Mm.
we get 24 hours with snow, except when we had the snowmageddon a couple of years ago. I was probably the only one happy at that point in time. Dragged out by a snow shovel that we still have, you know. And then spring, though, is probably my favorite season of the year because you're going towards brighter days, summer, blah blah blah. That's also just like be happy if it's 2 or 3 weeks. But just the fact that we're writing August, end of August, where did the other 7.5 months of this year go?
I don't know.
Good question. Somebody stole it. Maybe
I
the grin.
I've been in the operating room, so I don't know.
just been in a surgery. How are you recovering?
Yes, I'm still a bit tired, but I'm doing well. So
That I'm glad to hear that. I'm
yeah,
glad.
Small steps on the right direction.
yeah.
Right. And
Not
that's all.
the band, but
Yeah, that's all you can ask for at this. Like, you can't go backwards. Oh my God, I
No.
gotta tell you about. We had the sweetest lady as a patient yesterday, last night.
uh-huh.
She was 84 something years old, around that age,
Oh,
84, 85, right? And she was going to go. Don't ask me what an older lady like that does in the back of the pickup truck, the flatbed of the pickup truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, and she was going to go down from there, and somebody had put a bucket underneath for her to step on. Well, that bucket fell or folded, whatever it did, and she landed on her right hip. So, of course, being that age and being on blood thinner, they're like, "Oh, you probably cracked it, bend it, whatever. We'll go to the ER." So the family took her to the ER. As all ERs, she had to sit in the ER for about 2 hours and wait. They didn't do anything for her because it was just quote unquote just hip pain, on an 84-year-old lady. And
Hmm.
it wasn't to the point where she was bloody screaming. It was a hip pain that needed to be addressed, not really high emergency.
In a timely manner, as they say.
Absolutely. You come up with everything good today, girl. Um, and they go in and they're like seeing that she has a little bump on her head. And it's just a little, this much, not much at all. So they're like, well, circumstances, we'll do a CT of your head just to make sure. The woman had a freaking brain bleed in her entire head. Like from here and all the way back.
Oh my
She was
god.
alert and oriented, talking to us. She did have a hip fracture, but suddenly that was not any issues.
No.
That fracture was not any problems. Mm, yep. And this poor lady, she's like, I'm fine. No, ma'am, you're not. Fine. No, ma'am, you're not. I need to pee. Bad luck. We're going to the hospital. Another hospital. She was so sweet. And she really like for her, she couldn't grasp this that the hip wasn't a problem, but this was a major thing right now.
Yeah.
I felt for her. Poor lady. Poor lady.
Poor her.
God.
Yeah, it was
Were-
really like we came there
Did
and
you speak Swedish with her?
huh?
Did you speak Swedish with her?
I don't think so.
You
I
said
think
it was a Swedish lady.
sweet.
Or what?
How
Sweetest.
sweet.
I heard Swedish. It was like a Swedish lady.
Now, that would have been amazing.
True, true.
Sweet.
Sweet test. So yeah, and that woman is going to be with me for a little bit because she was so nice, and her entire demeanor. And she's like, "Well, I'm fine. I don't need to go to Dallas." Yes, ma'am, you do. You do. I'm going to try to
Sorry.
avoid every damn bump there is on the way to Dallas. I promise you.
Damn, that escalated quickly.
It had escalated quickly. She's been sitting there for 2 hours and being fine. They put her in a wheelchair, and it was just a safety precaution to do a CT because she had fallen in her age. They have precautions they have to do after some criteria.
Sure.
And then it was just like when we came, they had not even put an IV line in her arm. That's how stressed it was. You went from zero to hero. But we got her over there, and I hope she's gonna be fine. She of course you come to a big hospital,
Yeah.
big Baylor in downtown Dallas, and they are expecting her, and all these people are standing. I think it was 15 people standing and waiting for us when we came there, and she was like, "Are all these people here for me? Like you also need to do this. It's not necessary." Yes, ma'am. It is.
Oh, did it.
Yeah, that escalated quickly. Poor woman. So don't sit. The lesson for today is if you're older, don't sit in the back of the truck. In the back
No.
of the truck.
Don't jump down from a flatbed on the truck.
Yeah, and do not try to step down on a bucket.
No.
Yeah, thing is like, who even like, yeah, a bucket. That's a good idea. I mean, really, do you have a two brain cells or a half one? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, I have no clue. I have no clue. So what have y'all done? We didn't broadcast last 2 weeks ago because I was
No.
in house negotiation.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We got it. Well,
Ooh.
we sold it. We are closing on Friday.
Amazing.
Good
Good
for
job.
you.
Great job.
Thank you. Well, it was one of those houses we thought we were going to sell to an investor because the house isn't nice. It can be very nice, but it's worn down. So it's not a lot of people who can get a mortgage on it, right? And then we got this offer that included a mortgage, and it was a couple of things. It wasn't bad things. It was a really good offer, um, but it intended to be some rough negotiations, um, which it was times not rough, but negotiations. Two people one was to have the most out of the house, and one was to pay the least for the house possible.
So both extremes, basically.
Exactly. But we came to a middle point, and we're closing up right now. Whee! That's my first listing, so come on. It's
Wow, well, that's a big achievement.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So sorry for canceling on y'all so late as I did.
Don't worry.
Friends.
Nah, we don't take offense. No.
Exactly.
How's Bam Bam? I've seen that he wasn't doing so well.
Bam Bam, it's after the circumstances, he's okay. I invested in some sockerplaster.
Ah,
For those of y'all that don't know what a sockerplast is socks with plastic on. So those plastic that socks that has plastic on the bottom, anti-slip uh, socks. I invested that to him. Have in mind, this dog absolutely hates when you touch his paws. That's like he
okay.
doesn't do anything more than like pull his paw away, leave me alone kind of thing. Um, but he has now, I think today was the day where it was day 3 where he realized these socks actually helps a lot because I have to take them off now and then so the paws can air out because it's
Right.
Yeah.
hot. Automatically it will be hot in the socks. It cannot um air out as much as I want to. So when I came home from work this morning, I took them off on all 4 paws so we could air it out. He could not, for the love of God, stand up. Like he was slipping on the floor. It was, oh my God. And so as I put on the socks again, and I was like, he didn't really want me to, but he understood why, what I was doing. And right away, he just stood up like nothing has happened. And I think that was a little bit like, ding in his head, like, oh, that's why I have these on. And he understood, like, that's the purpose of them.
Yeah.
Because after that has really helped him. So um, he will never be old, like young again. He will always be old. He's a 9.5-year-old Great Dane, for goodness sake.
Yeah. Well, that's old for Great
That's
Dane.
old. That is old to be a Great Dane. So considering that circumstances, and I think he's doing pretty good. The socks were a really, really good investment. So I'm gonna buy another pair. So I have 2 pair too. One that I can wash and one that I
Yeah.
can, you know. But if you ever have an older dog or a dog that's slipping, they are on Amazon for like $10. So it's not an expensive thing. That was very well investment worthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
Good thinking
For sure.
from your part.
Yeah.
yeah.
Quick thinking.
No, I have thought about it for a while. I just haven't done it because I didn't believe it was going to work that well. But finally, I'm like, okay, I got to do something. What am I going to do? I can't change the floors, and I can't change his muscles. So let's try for this. And I thought about it earlier. Again, the heat has been so significant. So a dog breathe through and sweat through his paws. So if you close in the paws, I was afraid of overheating him.
Sure.
That was my concern. Still am my concern, but as long as I'm home and I'm watching him and the house is cool, blah blah blah, it's all good. But yeah, he will just figure out when he can be without them and what to do those days because he needs to have a couple of hours every day to be rid of them. To
Yeah. And he doesn't need to sleep with them at night, like when you're home.
yeah, it would probably be at night that I don't have them on, but he's moving around a lot during night time too. He's not really one who goes to bed and sleeps all night. He wakes me up 3 times every night. We go up at midnight. We go up at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yep, every night. every night. And the thing is, if I don't give good, I'm not spoiling my dogs or anything. Don't worry about it. Nope. Like we go out, we change the water, and we have a little bit of snack. Then we can go back for a couple of more hours. And my dogs are their food routine. That's insane because we're getting breakfast at 4 a.m. Okay, then we don't get anything until dinner at 4 p.m. Then we get a snack at 8 p.m. when we go to bed, and we have a midnight snack, and then we back to 4 a.m. No, my dogs are
No,
not.
not spoiled.
No, no, I don't.
No.
That's just a regular, the
Right?
minimum.
Yeah, exactly. But it's come to that point where
Basics of the dog owners.
it's kind of like they know and they get pleased with getting a little bit of snacks in the night, and then they let me sleep. So that's what it's all about. For me to be able to be left
Damn it.
it's like any kids, give them a lollipop or an ice cream, leave me alone.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Again, like he's 9.5. Come on, and Tweaks gets so little, and he's just demanding. He's just demanding food anyway. He's getting fat.
Oh, little guy.
Did y'all remember Shannon, my mom's Great Dane, that was like a big pig? Like she was the biggest Great Dane that the vet had ever seen. And when I say big, that equals fattest. Like she was beyond
No, not fat, sassy.
sassy. Have y'all seen, I don't know, do y'all watch TikTok videos?
Sometimes.
Okay, so I don't know here in US, I don't know where it comes from, but there's some videos that's like very demure, very something. And the word demure comes over and over again. And it's just ridiculous how they say it. It's very demure. I'm doing this very demure. I'm doing this very demure, very classy, very this, very that. And it's such annoying, right? And that's the same thing. She was very demure. I hate that. But yeah, Twix is becoming as fat as Shannon was. Watch out here, because he's not moving.
In the veins,
Right.
it's in the blood.
Bam Bam can't do walks anymore. He gets too exhausted, right? So
Mm.
I'm not taking just Twix on a walk and leaving Bam Bam home. No.
Oh.
So we're not walking, period. Eating the same amount of food, and we're not exercising anymore.
Well,
You can get like a treadmill for both the human and the dog.
hamster wheel.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who has that, and I Twix, we might have to invest it for you and me, but not for Bam Bam. Oh well, come on, okay? It's you and me.
Run, Twix, run. Hi.
Jump the fence or something. Just don't stay.
Yeah, F this, I'm out of here.
Right. Where did Twix go? Oh, we talked about treadmills. He's like, not happening.
Yeah, understandable.
Right. So well,
What for this polka dot dog?
How beautiful.
if I say like this, when the day come when Bam Bam is not with us anymore, because I know it's we're talking months. I don't think he may not make it to Christmas, depending on a bad or a good day.
Yeah.
And when that day comes, me and Twix has some workout to start. Yeah, there are no excuses. There are no excuses for neither him or me.
No.
No, the excuse is Bam Bam.
It's his fault. Everything is his fault.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Go for it, Bam Bam. We blame you. He's like, I can't hear you anyway. So go.
No.
And if I
Talk to the
could,
face because the ears ain't listening.
No. That's what he does. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Um,
Poor Bam Bam. We just blame everything on him. Mhm. So yeah, my garage is about to be cleaned out. I haven't posted
Good.
I haven't posted much about it because he's opening a wine bottle if you wonder what he's doing. Um, wasn't that
no, I don't understand what you're saying. Oh,
right? It was just a weird sound. Um,
I
like
farted. Okay.
right. It's so hot, so I could only like be out in the garage between 7 and 8 in the morning, and had to do it episodes in like small portions because it's like I thought the storage was miserable, but fuck, my garage is even worse.
But you have done a horse lot of work, so that you should be commended on for sure. I
Thank
mean, that's really good.
We
I haven't
started
seen
talking about it, and I remember you and I, Tuna, talked about it
No.
after a show, and I was like, well, maybe if I do it, I'll at least get it done, and if I get to move at some point in time, when something starts rolling, because I want to move out on a farm. Not that I know where or can afford it, but I want to. Um, and
Someday.
someday, right? And when things are falling into place, things are usually happening very fast. And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
motivated me. I'm like, hey, if I do it, maybe things are like coming into place and open opportunities that I don't have. And then I have this storage unit that's just a pain in the ass. So that's why I started it, right?
Yeah.
And it had to be done. It had
It had to be done. And you have got a lot done.
Mm.
all
Like
the
in the storage units and
lot.
everything.
all these boxes behind me. I'll
But
have
you
to.
have like 500 boxes that you started with. So
I have 500
so
boxes.
just junk.
Yeah, it just junk. And
500 boxes, big boxes with junk. So,
yeah, international sized moving boxes. It's a lot. They're big.
Jesus.
And I actually found a thrift store who willingly, thankfully, took a bunch of stuff off my hand the other day. Of just
oh, that's
like random glass, random plates, stuff like that.
yeah.
And my mom loved decorations. I'm not that decory and stuffy. So I got 2 carloads off to them over the weekend.
That's
That's
amazing.
great.
Yeah, that was nice. So yeah. Um oh
Ugh.
and then
Vilka köttbössor?
I found a couple of 2 computers at in
Mhm.
store. I found a couple of computers. I think I found 5 or 6. But through networking, there is a computer guy in Terrell. And I asked him a while back, hey, I have a couple of old computers that I would like to see if I can get any pictures off this computer.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't care about documents. I don't care about anything else. I care about JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, stuff like that. PSDs, whatever. I don't care about anything else. Can you help me? He's like, bring me the computer. I'll fix it for you. Perfect. He came with this the other day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And what's on it? What's on it?
It is picture from my last year in Sweden and my first year in the US.
Ooh.
The moon, the boxes with the horses, the foals when they were born, all that kind of good stuff. And this is just the first of. He's like, yeah, one of the computers that I gave him was completely dead. The other one, this is probably just the first out of 2, maybe 3 flash drives that he can get out of pictures from that computer.
Oh my God, you struck gold there.
I'm like, holy moly, worth every penny, Yeah, it's from back in Sweden when I lived in Skåne. And when baby pictures of Dallas, who's now 7
Oh.
years old. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's precious.
Even pictures from Bexeda, like the falls I had in Vetlanda when I lived there.
Ooh.
Yeah, that I have saved on that computer. That like it's just old pictures from old times on that computer, right? Yep.
Wow.
That is so
Wow.
much fun. He saved those for me, and I have um probably 2 or 3 more computers to give him.
Damn.
I don't know what's on them. I have no clue. I know that one of the computers are embroidery, the embroidery computer that I had. So it might not be a lot. And one is probably my mom's. So it's probably not a lot on that. And then I have 2 more that I know of. And yeah, God knows what we're gonna find on that.
Well,
That's amazing,
yeah.
though.
Amazing.
Holy shit.
I'm
You
so
have
glad.
to upload some of the pictures so we can see them.
Yeah, I will get that done to next week. So um gather a little, do a little slideshow of
Yes.
pictures. I can do that.
Yeah, I need to see those.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And did you meet Dime, Una? My first
Uh,
Dalmatian.
yes, I think so.
Yeah, they're pictures of him as a
Oh,
as a young boy, young boy. Yeah. Mhm.
A
Him
young wolf.
and yeah, all my dogs that brought, and even because when we moved over, it was before we got phones on, cameras on the phones. It was just
yeah.
like a year prior, right? And they
Yeah.
were very thoroughly with. We were not allowed to take any pictures in the aircraft. That was today. It's not a thing, everybody does.
No,
You can stop.
everybody's like filming and like
Right.
streaming with the
Kind of a
airplane
rule. So
Wi-Fi.
there are no pictures of the horses in transit, if I say it that way. But that we have pictures of when the dogs are landing in New York on this big pallet in all the boxes, all the crates. Yeah, the entire trip documentation is there.
Oh,
That is pretty cool. I am so
yeah, that
excited.
is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yep. So yeah, God knows, like it's 2.5+ years of pictures to go through. I haven't gone through them all, but at least thank God I was very organized because I have sorted them and saved them by the date the picture is taken.
Oh, that's cool.
Damn.
You
Good. Wow, so I can like easily find my pictures from my birthday, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, wow. I'm proud of myself for being so well organized.
Well, I mean, at least it's super easy to find. So
Right.
yeah, that's just amazing.
You have all these computers standing in the storage or in the garage, wherever they are, and you're like looking at them, it's like, how the hell am I gonna get this shit off it? I don't know what it is. It's so easy to just throw it away, and all those
I
memories
know for sure.
Yeah.
that you just throw away. This time I actually made an effort. It was so fun because Brent, who's helping me, big shout out to Brent with Tech Solutions. Um, we
Good guy.
networked a lot together, and he was like, "Have you brought me any computers? Have you brought me any computers?" Finally, I'm like, "Okay, we're going to be at this meeting, both of us. I'll bring 2 computers." So I did, and then we got that much out of just the first one. One is just completely dead. One is so old. He's like, this computer is probably from the mid-90s. Probably brought it with us from Sweden. I didn't even recognize it. I didn't even recognize it. I'm like, I don't know when I had it. I don't. Here it is. He's like, it didn't. Not even worth trying. Like, it's probably nothing important on it. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well,
I'll make
maybe it's something like super exciting on just like that computer.
no. It's not even worth having because I didn't even recognize the computer. I know at what time in my life I had the other computers, but that one I'm like, I don't even know where you are.
You said it's your mom's old computer, right?
Yeah, when we moved here, her and I bought each other the same computers. So
All
we
right.
had 2 of the same thing.
Then
She had the same as I had the same. So
I would say at least you give it a try to turn it in because you never know, she might turned over some pictures or
yeah,
something like that.
he will get all the computers and pull off everything he can in
Yeah.
picture wise.
for
He's
sure.
gonna finish this other one that is. He's like, "How come you like taking pictures, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, yep."
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, tiny.
I did have a photography business once upon a time. And he's like,
Oh.
"Why am I not surprised?" I'm like, "Eh." Sorry, I didn't tell you that little detail. That's why I want all the pictures because there might be a shitload of really good pictures on those computers.
For sure.
And the pictures that I actually have made into canvases afterwards, and I want those original pictures. And the reason for me is that I think that I can enhance them and make them even better in Photoshop because today my knowledge of that software is so much better. So I think I can make those pictures even better, and that's also why I wanted to have them out.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Mm.
Software has become a little bit better too after the 10 years.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Windows XP or 95. It's just a little bit better today.
And that was fun when you mentioned XP. I was at the eye doctor a couple of weeks
Right.
ago, and behind me was one of the screens he was looking at, and it fell asleep while he was gone for a little bit. So I looked up behind, and the screensaver was an XP screensaver.
What?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Still?
No, I'm like, I took a picture of it. I haven't deleted it from my phone since, but it was like, you
Yes,
got
from the
kidding me? Are we still using that?
Oh my god! Yeah, I would be in shock.
Mhm.
I mean, really? Does that shit even work, or can you even like store stuff on that?
That was my thing. I was like, can we even like? It must be one separate computer with just one software on that is for
Mm.
the eye doctor purpose, I guess. But
I mean, but I
holy
mean,
shit! I was like,
would it-
where are my glasses? Am I looking? Oh my god!
it's too.
Sadly,
Oh,
though, my new glasses are too strong, so I can't wear them. No.
my god! Time to update. I mean, really.
Mhm. Right. XP for goodness sake. XP.
I mean, I think I was like mm, 7 or 8 years old when I last used the 95 or XP.
What
Yeah.
version are we on now of Windows? I'm an Apple person, so I don't.
I think we are at like 13 or 12, something like that. Maybe 14. I'm not sure. But I have a 12 at this point. But my computer is kind of old but new. Maybe 2 years ish.
What is the latest Windows version? See, I'm an Apple person, so as of August 13th, 2024, the latest version of Windows 11 is 23H2. Blah 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 blah.
Windows 11 then.
11.
Then I have 12
Then you have it.
Windows 11 is the latest major release of Windows NT. So we've gone from XP to NT.
Just
Whoa.
a fancy. Ooh.
NT stand. What did XP stand for?
Experience or
maybe.
Explorer.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah, something like that. NT then. I don't know. I'm not.
Intra, super.
NT.
I don't know. I'm just. I was
Fancy.
this close to say a really bad word, but I can't say that on the internet. So come back.
Yes, it's safe to come back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is the safe zone.
No.
Safe zone for you. Did you watch any Olympics?
I mean,
No,
not really, but I have
I
got
saw
a
the
lot
reels
of
when
memes.
Armando,
The Turkish guy.
no, the Swedish guy and the American guy, he has dual nationalities. The Plantis, I've seen those, and I've seen the Frenchman that also
Great. breakdancing disaster.
Yeah, the breakdancing disaster from
Oh,
Australia,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and the French guy that uh,
Knocked over
knocked over
the pin with his
dick.
member.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Paul
That's
Walter.
that's
Right.
like what I've seen, and I
And the
saw
Turkish guy who was like
Henrik
super
Honnekeman
G.
when he fell.
Yeah, right.
It was a miscommunication.
I know.
It wasn't King Edward's fault. It was like
It was
a
neither.
pure miscommunication.
It was but that situation tell like what I want to show. I want to show that sounds like I'm involved in it, but it's not. I'm not. But what I want to say about it is it shows that a rider on this level, one, I hope that all kids take this as inspiration. One, even a rider on this level can have a mishap on the biggest competition in the world and fall off. Look at the sportsmanship that Henrik von Eckermann had after this incident. He sits up and he's like, "Where is the horse?" You can see him mouth that, like, "Where is the horse?" Looking at him walking over to the horse, giving him all the love that he possibly can. He knows that his Olympic dreams are done over with, right?
Yeah,
And he's just sad for the horse, but how he acts, his sportsmanship over this situation, like it's amazing. I feel for Henry. I cannot imagine how he must have felt, right? Um, but I do believe that that horse can go another Olympic Games. But that's just me. If he doesn't want to make it happen, that's another thing. But I hope that all the kids who's trying to ride and they fall off and they feel discouraged. Look at this. Even a rider of this class at the Olympic Games
Mm.
can and we
yeah.
have
Has hold like the world title for 2 years straight.
right. Exactly. Exactly. So it felt really good. He won a 5-star jumping in Lausanne, in Switzerland today, actually, with
Yeah.
another horse. But I'm happy for him. A little bit of revenge. So Paralympics is starting now, next week,
Mhm.
and I have something to brag about. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, yeah, but
You're not going to be there, no.
I'm not gonna be there. No. But when I moved over, and on this flash drive is proof of this. When I moved over, I had one of my friends and veterinarians, whom I've now lost contact with, I should say, Lotta Wallin. Lotta is one of the most amazing women there is in this world. She is a doctor, a human doctor, ER doctor, and a veterinarian.
Mm.
She she was with me and my horses and my dogs because I had so much animals with me over on the flight from Amsterdam to New York. She joined us up in Amsterdam and flew with us to New York. Thank God she was there because Hannibal, one of my horses, decided I'm not going to drink. I'm thinking about passing out here in the air. That never happened, but we had her with us, so we were good. She a couple of years ago was in some kind of accident that disabled one of her legs, and she is competing in Paralympics for Sweden.
Ooh.
Wow.
Right?
Holy shit.
That gives I'm so I did not know that she had been in an accident until a couple of months ago when I saw that she was in the talk for the Paralympics. And I'm like, you gotta be effing kidding me. Yep. Yep. So
My
I
God.
I have picture proof now of Lotta being on our little air flight here. Dum, ba-dum, dum, 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 dum. I know somebody who's competing in Paralympics, so you bet this bitch is going to cheer on the Swedish dressage team. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't. I shouldn't say I don't care about the rest of the Paralympics, but because I don't. I do every now and then, right? You don't. I don't follow it as thoroughly as the Olympics, but I will follow the Swedish dressage team.
Yeah.
Again, go Lotta is all I'm saying.
Go
Yeah.
freaking
Go
Lotta.
Lotta. Lotta Wallin, yes. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, for sure.
That is my connection to the Paralympics.
Yeah. At least you have a connection.
You know.
Right.
Good deal.
And just the fact that I have not spoken to her for 15 years, something like that. But that doesn't matter. She
No,
may not
usually
remember me
that
at
doesn't
all,
matter.
but she doesn't remember that she had a client. She flew to New York with her horses and dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do remember that. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
and
I'm sure.
my my girls, my horse's big sister, was actually broken on her farm. So that's
Oh.
how I got. Yeah. So long story, but yep. Dun, 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 dun.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So I'm gonna follow Lotta here and see how she competes and how it all works out. Because the
Yeah.
Paralympics, it's where like how they grade the injuries and stuff like that works so different. I have no clue how that works. But
Not me neither.
When does it start?
September 3rd, I think.
That late?
I know
Yeah.
I saw this morning.
Sure, but
I saw this morning that the Swedish equestrian team just left Sweden this morning for Paris. It's 2 weeks after the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. It's a 2 week break in between so they can change all the signs and do all the other things, whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's gonna be fun. I'm excited about that.
hell
Is
yeah. Hell
Celine
yeah.
Dion gonna sing again? That's the question.
Of course.
No.
Of course. No, of course. Shut up.
That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of
I
course.
must say the Paris organizers have something to live up with on this inaugural show as well.
Yeah.
Can they beat that? I'm a little bit worried about Los Angeles coming up next time. I don't think they can do such a amazing job as actually Paris did. And just seeing what they showed off here on the closing ceremony, I wasn't impressed at all. But my goal, on the other hand, is I have 4 years to figure out how the hell I'm going to make myself being in Los Angeles in 4 years. Because I want to experience an Olympic Games.
Yeah.
It can't be that hard to fly wherever I live in 4 years to Los Angeles. But I want to be behind. So I'm going to, like, in some way nestle myself in.
You're like, I'm a paramedic. I can work.
Right. Oh, they're always asking for volunteers. But good Lord, I don't know what I'm doing in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, volunteer work. I mean, that's just, you gotta eat too.
Well, they provide you food there.
Yeah.
But you gotta. Come on, don't break the bubble here.
No,
What I'm saying.
I do anything to be at the Olympic Games. I don't give a
Okay,
shit.
then it's just okay. Then go. Just do it.
I don't care about money. I want to have that experience. I've
Mm.
always said that I want to experience one Olympic Games. I don't really care about what I do per se. There are some limitations, things that I wouldn't
Sure.
do.
Of course.
But yeah, if I get an opportunity to do something at the Olympic Games or just be there, absolutely, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
You're in the right country for starters.
I don't have to fly all across the world because after that is in Brisbane, Australia.
Ooh, that's a long
In
way.
8 years, it's in Brisbane, Australia. So I'm like, it's easier to go to Los Angeles. The likeliness for me still living in the US in 8 years is way bigger than me living in the Australia.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
You moved to a farm in Brisbane just to go to the Olympic Games.
I wouldn't lie. I'm not moving to Australia. It's too hot. They have weird animals there. I would like to go and visit on a trip, vacation, not moving. No.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I want to
I'm not gonna step my foot in Australia, to be honest.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it. I want to see Australia, New Zealand, and all that, but I'm not living there.
Mm.
Nope.
I don't like spiders. That's my thing.
You don't like what?
The spiders.
Oh, exactly. The spiders and the snakes and the weird wildlife of small crawling
The mutated small creatures.
creatures. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't even come up with the word creatures. Well,
It's
no.
critters,
Okay,
creatures.
critters.
Yeah, there's
Things.
creatures, nasty things that God put on this planet Earth. That's why He put them on an island on the other side of the world where it's upside down. No, no, not happening. Mm-mm. I'll go there visit, and then I'm like, "Thank you, bye." Not happening.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's what I'm all about. So, what's happening in the country of Sweden right now? Anything fun?
No, we were at the house, did some painting and gave it a little bit of love on the vacation, and yeah, not so much, working slowly, working here in Stockholm, and yeah, not that much happening.
No, but generally not that much happening as well. Just like
You back
Do
to
you know
Christmas
that
pretty calm. It's a few gang shootings.
Where are your animals?
at this point?
What?
How are your animals?
Well, they're good.
Good.
They're good.
I thought maybe 2 days ago my cat was killed or something because I haven't seen him like in a week or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just stepped in and yeah, love me.
I have a
But no,
mystery at the barn.
huh?
Yeah, I have a mystery at the barn. So we have the
Oh.
barn cat Cuddles, right? Cuddles
Right.
is very protective. Like nothing is coming close to Cuddles. When it comes to dogs, he will chase the dogs away. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. But the last 2 weeks, there is another animal that is visiting overnight because I have the cat food in a bin, in a plastic bin. And it's kind of a hard lid on it, but it's just one of those click lids. It's not, you have to screw or anything.
Right.
And I've had it in a bucket. Whoever that is, it's strong enough for him not being able to get it open, right? He would have to fight quite a lot to get it open. But there's some animal that has opened it up, but it's so tall, so the animal can't get down to the food through the lid.
Right.
Because the lid just covers half of it. But then this morning when I came, there's somebody like the bottom of the barn is just like here, and then it's sand under because the ground in the barn is sand. That's it.
Okay.
So there is an animal that has dug underneath in the sand to get into the stall where I have the cat food. And I'm like, who the? Because the cat is not the cat, because the cat jumps in and out where we feed the horses. There's a little hole in the barn wall. That's where he did it. But what animal has now made the effort to dig under that lower kind of like support beam to come in there?
Raccoon, maybe?
Yeah, I'm thinking about there's a damn raccoon, and they're strong,
Yeah, they're strong. They are super smart.
but it's too fat to get into the cat food. And that's the thing. I realized
Fancy raccoon, okay?
right. I think it is. You're right on that because a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I know I had more cat food than this because I just kept it in the bag,
Mm.
and that's when I brought the little container for it. I'm like, who is this? I have a mystery on my hand.
It's the little thief.
That's the little thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm surprised that Cuddles hasn't chased it away yet.
Maybe they're friends.
Or the raccoon is the raccoons are pretty violent, so I mean it could scare it or her
Oh,
or
but-
him.
But I'll tell you, Cuddles is violent. Like, I have seen Cuddles chase off dogs that, like, he is a normal sized cat, and I've
Right.
seen him chase off a freaking big Labrador, adult grown Labrador, like, and just like right after that. And that was the day I said, "You're not gonna come home with me because it's not gonna like if I ever move my horse, I will have to leave him behind because I'm not like for the safety of my dog's eyes. Like, no,
Right.
you're not gonna go with me. I'm sorry because you're aggressive."
You too demony.
Yes. Yes, that was the day I made up my mind. I'm like, no, we're gonna find out something else to feed you. I think you'll be fine here with all the rats and God knows what it is here, but I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
It's just weird.
Maybe it's a human, you know, a poor human who's like, yeah, I need to eat something. I like this snack.
So I thought my wonder.
Poor unfortunate soul. That's what she's singing.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, they have to do some plan, you know, to look like it's another animal, so you can, you know, it wasn't me, so I have to dig this hole to, you know.
I'll figure it out sooner or later. I'll tell you that. Fun happening the next 2 weeks.
I start school.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Now you're gonna go back in the textbooks, huh?
Yes.
Yeehaw.
And now we finally finish.
I mean, I was thinking maybe next stream in 2 weeks, we might be at the house, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, cool beans. Cool beans, yeah. Well, here's not gonna happen. We'll have the closing on the house on Friday. Other than that, it's just normal work and nothing
Yeah,
at all.
the regular days, you know.
The regular bullshit.
Yeah.
Cleaning and cuddle with the dogs and yeah. Nothing really fun happening at all. Cooler temperatures. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm sure stuff is gonna happen, but you know, not anything planned.
No.
Thankfully.
Now it's becoming darker.
Yeah.
Well, we've actually been chatting for 53 minutes.
Oh,
I know. It went fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
it's like 20 minutes max.
53 minutes.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Right. Well, anything else you want to add to this fun day?
I mean, maybe the usual bibbidi bobbidi boop, and you know.
Right. Exactly. Well, let's close and then we'll see each other in 2 weeks again.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Stay safe, everybody.
Absolutely.
Don't do anything like you do